introduce in just a moment. But just in case you're just tuning in to this series that we are doing for the first time, what we're talking about with all of these incredible humans and entrepreneurs is why have they chosen to focus on their delivery system? How is that changing their business? And what has it allowed them to be able to do and focus on as they have continued. So, Andrea, I'm going to turn it over to you. And who's with us?
Yeah, I'm so excited to introduce Dr. Ryan Kelly. So, Ryan came into our world. He actually has a doctorate in musical arts, a DMA. I didn't know this. It's like the PhD equivalent, but in the music world, comes from academia. And then you have built this thriving business of hundreds of thousands of average age 75-year-old women, teaching them how to play piano, which is just so cool. By far, one of the coolest communities we get to work with. So, today we're going to dive in with Ryan and learn more about what he's done in his delivery system. So thank you so much for being here today, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Okay. My very first quick question is you came into my world, or and I came into your world through one of your prior employees who was focused on customer success and the customer experience, who we met at an FHL. And then he brought the idea back to you. So I'm so curious because I don't even totally know the full story of when he brought that back to you. Like, how did that conversation go in terms of like, you want to do what? Or because you already had a very thriving business and a great experience to begin with. So yeah, how did that
Yeah.
unfold?
I mean, I think we were aware of the limitations of our current like membership site.
Hmm.
Um, but when we looked at like other solutions, there was like nothing really like felt good. It felt complicated. It was still complicated when we signed up with you guys. I mean, it was still like complex. But yeah, so I mean, his job was just customer success. Like, okay, marketing brings them in. Now, what happens with a customer after they're in? What's their experience? Like, what's their what makes them successful? Where do we lose them? Where do they stop using our product? Um, and one of the problems that we had was the software that we were using, which was ClickFunnels 1.0, did not have like the features and things where we could get the insights to where people were getting stuck or where they weren't consuming or all those types of things, all those types of things that you want to measure to figure out like the journey of the customer and to keep like pushing them along to, in this case, learning piano, which is we're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing that I'm most impressed with you is that you are, again, by far one of the smartest people I know on what we call the first sale. Like, you are so good at marketing and acquisitions and running events and getting the noise out there and generating excitement and having a conversion event. Like, you are textbook awesome at it. And so when he came to and when we started talking just in terms of like starting to invest in that delivery system more, what is it that you're like, "Oh, this is important?"
Well, yeah, I mean, churn is like one of the most important metrics in the business, like how
Yeah.
much you lose. So, I am pretty good at filling the bucket, but when the bucket is leaky, it's it's hard. So, so yeah, I think the investment to just invest in the customer experience and customer success, right? Like ultimately, it's like build a system that allows customers to have success, so that they don't churn, so that they want to stay and work, and so that they want more higher levels of service. Makes total sense. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah. Yes, and you, I mean, you not only have done the delivery system, you also have an incredible staff that is so
Yeah,
caring and so
great.
wanting to support all of the women that you are in your community. And it is mostly women. That's why I keep referring to it. I think
Yeah, it is. It's
yeah.
mostly it's like maybe 80-20 probably.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love it. They're fantastic. Okay, so the other thing that I've really appreciated about our work is that you do have a really analytical mind in the way that you look at the numbers, and we have run now I went back, I think we've run about 15 what we call second sale experiments, where we're always, like, trying to tweak and adjust and, trying to beef up those numbers. I'm curious what that experience has been for you of just, again, with your hyper analytical mind.
Yeah, it's very similar to a landing page test, like a headline test or a price test or um, yeah. I mean, it's like you switch something up and make a hypothesis based on what you see in the numbers, where the drop offs are, or where kind of the failure points are, and then making a hypothesis as to why that's happening, and then let's tweak it or change this thing. Yeah, we've done quite a few to get
Yeah.
people, especially through our first experience, like right through that first push that we have the sprint.
Yes, yes, and just the dedication every week to continue to make adjustments and keep squeezing that as much as we possibly can and reducing that leaky bucket as much as we can.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know in the chronological calendar of events, but when we started working together, so we delivered the first delivery experience, and then you introduced a high ticket experience in
Mhm.
your membership area, and I think that correct me if I'm wrong, but that had kind of been like in the works or in the back of the mind for a while. Is that right?
Yeah, the full, like, story on that. So,
Yeah.
we had, like, a high ticket experience before,
Mhm,
um, that was yeah, so, that included private lessons, basically.
mhm,
Uh, but we thought we could do better with it. We thought we could create a better experience and charge more money for it.
mhm.
So we revamped it. Actually, we had a leadership retreat here in Vegas. We were working on the site with you guys, we were theorizing all this and we were like, we got to launch these things together. It was like this like realization. And we are like, oh no, we have a month to get all this experience ready, but like when we're bringing everybody over to this new membership experience, like there's going to be a lot of excitement and a lot of, people that are trying it for the first time. And like, that's when we want to get them. And so, yeah, so that's kind of how it happened. We worked with you guys first to like revamp the membership experience for the people that sign up and are just new to our world. And then at the same time, we were like, we got to get this like back end like ready and primed. And yeah, that's
Which
great.
is it was awesome, and you've actually done that twice now. So we have this phase in the as you know, called journey activation, where, you brought in that initial kinda 2,000 group, and then but you used that it was so clever, and we hadn't seen that before with anyone else. You used that activation period of the beta customers to then create an event, to then get people to upsell into annual in
Yeah,
the, like, it's wide open. Can you talk a little bit about the mastermind behind that? Because it was
sure.
so smart the way you did that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I so we're just trying, just experimenting, trying stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like all day I just like talk on Zoom and like come up with ideas. That's like all I
They're
Yes.
they're
well,
really good
sometimes,
ideas.
some, sometimes they're good ideas.
Yeah.
Sometimes I could give you a lot of examples where they're not. Uh, okay, so anyway, I believe that what we did was the strategy with you guys was to make sure that stuff didn't break when we brought people over. And
Yeah.
so because of that, we have a large, a really large membership. Um, and we didn't want it to break for, you know, all the people, the thousands of people that are in our membership. That would have been like a headache if we were to bring them in all at once. So you suggested that we bring them in groups, small groups. So what we did is we had the people that were in our high ticket first to like help us. They're the most patient, even though they pay us the most money. They're like the most patient and the most dedicated. So they gave us like great feedback. Yeah, and then we had our annual people that commit to being with us for at least a year come in. And before we invited them, we did like a big launch of giving, it's like, hey, if you become an annual member, you get to come in to this experience, this new experience that we built for you
Mhm.
early, and you get all these bonuses and all this stuff too that we like wrapped around in there, new books and new kind of formats that we were doing. And yeah, it was very successful. We had a lot of people like upgrade. I don't know how much of that was due to like the books and the bonuses and how much was due to the early access to the new experience, but it worked. It was good.
Yeah. Well, and again, you're really good at that of stacking the books with the experience, which I think
Sure.
sometimes when we work with people, especially if they're delivering a book or something that is like a companion that goes with what they're doing, there's this, "Oh, wait till you get the book." But again, you did something really clever in your first sprint where it's the just get started and the books are almost like the they're here celebration at the end. Again, can you kinda talk a little bit about, like, that strategy and
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So as far as front end marketing strategy, um, this all comes from Russell Brunson and the linchpin the
Mhm.
MIFKI, the most incredible free gift ever.
Mhm.
People don't want to buy like memberships to things in
Mhm.
general. Like people don't want like monthly payments, right? And that's,
Mhm.
we all know that that's like where the revenue is and where like the enterprise value of a business is. So yeah, I mean, basically what we do is people do want to buy books though. People like buying books. So
Mhm.
we have these piano books with all these songs. That's how we get people to sign up for a free trial. We give them like these books, they pay shipping costs and then they get signed up for a free trial. And then, yeah, we use other books or other things as part of our upgrades as well, like later on.
Mhm.
But even just from like a philosophy of like a teacher standpoint, like most people don't crack open books that they buy all the time. And so I do not feel bad at pushing like the membership experience, the live events, all the things that actually get our students the results.
Mhm.
Um, as opposed, because I know if we just send them books, like it would 90% not do a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's so
Yeah.
smart.
Well,
It's so smart because you have them, yeah, they bought the book, but you get them using their trial right away because of how that sprint was designed, and you get them in there and then like they've already learned songs before their book even arrives. So how like more motivated and excited are they going to be to actually open the book and like and keep going, because they already have that belief in themselves of like, I can do this, I've already done these songs, so
yeah,
it's so smart.
that's totally the goal of the sprint, is just to like get them a quick win, and then when the books come, it's like, oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one topic actually that I want Susan and you to discuss. So, Susan, do you want to tee that up on the nurture language?
Well, yeah, so I have a question. This may not be where you're going yet, Andrea, but I am so curious to know, and we'll come back to the nurture stuff in a second. Is how has the focus on upping the experience and the delivery side of your programs, has it affected how you've been able to acquire customers, or what you're able to do with your marketing? Like, has it affected anything there?
Yes. So, uh, I'm just gonna like parrot all the greats, but the Dan Kennedy, he who can pay the most to acquire a customer wins, right?
Mhm.
Um, allow like first of all, the sprint or just different things with customer experience. We upgrade a lot more people to commit to the annual, so we pull cash forward, which allows us to spend more in ads, which allows
Mhm.
us to get more people, and it's a virtuous cycle. As well as upgrading people to our higher ticket program. So yeah, I would say that yes, it affects the front end marketing, just makes things easier because the pressure is off to get the low CPAs. We all know Mark Zuckerberg is greedy and continually taking more and more of the money for the same amount of eyeballs. So got to fight back with LTV.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I like that. That's a good saying. We gotta take that one. Wait, Zuckerberg with
Fight back,
LTV.
Zuckerberg.
That's good. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so and to that point of the delivery, performing better is affecting the way you're able to spend money to acquire customers, and makes that easier.
Mhm.
In the delivery system, so we have, just for the listeners, we have what we call nurture automations or nurture flows. And basically, it's continuing to court or sell or market, whatever word you want to use, to the customer after they buy. And the whole goal of that is to keep them moving forward, keep them progressing. Don't let them, quit if they are actually in it. There's always going to be the people that aren't actually doing anything, but we can't control them. So, Ryan, what I know from word of, like, just from hearing from Andrea how much you've been loving that, like seeing that in action. Do you want to speak to that? Like, from your perspective, what is that nurture doing for the program and your customers, and yeah, how do you see it benefiting?
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I'm not sh- I'm not entirely sure yet. We have always had like a nurture as part of it, as part of like but with our old systems, it was uh, uh, I don't know, didn't always function in the proper way, right? Um, and so I mean, like I'm all for the theory. I
Yeah.
know, right?
Mhm.
Of it, but I'm not really sure like how these new ones. And the reason I say that, the reason I'm being ambiguous is I feel like we're just like still
We're
testing.
still
Yeah.
testing it.
Yeah.
I feel like we're still like figuring it out of getting people. But I see the vision, and I'm excited for, because I think it's just like, in theory,
Yeah.
good nurture leads to consumption, which leads to continual use, which leads to upgrades and upsells, and like a better, stronger community, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the
Mhm.
first week, which is the largest part of the customer funnel, is like just so important. So hard to
Mhm.
get right, but so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well
I
said.
think, Andrea, you can speak more to this in a minute, but I think the biggest thing that those were able to help us do, even like indirectly, you may not even be aware of this, Ryan. It's not so much the communication that was getting sent out, but what we've noticed is that just us having that and actually tracking inside of those same automations where we have the communication going out, that's how we've been able to make some of those experiments that you mentioned earlier, Andrea,
Mhm.
actually like
Right.
come into fruition.
Mhm.
And so one of the favorite ones that Andrea's told me about is that, well, one of them is that you guys were able to get like a 7% lift in the amount of people logging in, which is awesome. And then the second one is that we were able to identify like, hey, we're actually we're was it day 5, Andrea, or it was day 4 was where a call to action was for the next thing, or was it annual?
Oh, yeah,
And
moving the upsell.
yeah,
Yeah.
the upsell, and it's like
Mhm.
actually everyone's kind of like getting stuck at day 3. Let's move it to day 3,
Yeah.
and that increased that. That was a big lift too. Andrea, do you want to follow up with
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead,
Yeah,
Go ahead,
you
Ryan.
Yeah. So that is 100% true. Like, as far as the way that you guys look at the data of the nurture flows, because I knew they were important, but they were black box, and I'm not sure what was working and what was not right in our previous system.
Mhm.
That has been much better. Like,
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the big findings too is just, and especially you guys are experimenting, I know, with Send Blue, but the text message and the personal notes from you also seem to be getting these pretty significant lifts. And actually, I don't even know if you know this, Ryan, because it wasn't on our last one, but so in the new, we just redid all the nurture flows, which is great. They're being more efficient. We're learning more. But when we first rolled it out, we had run that experiment where we injected the text message at the beginning and got that bump in the login. Well, when we first rolled it out, we only had the email alone, and it went back down. And so so we're just now introducing back the text message, and so next week will be the next cohort. But again, it's just a testament of those multiple touch points and being able to reach people on multiple levels, and yeah, being able to.
I love when good things happen in my company. I have no idea what's going on. It's actually really cool. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm like, oh, that's great. 'Cause I haven't been doing meetings the past few days. We've been just filming ads. I flew out our videographer, and we just been just doing that, just
That's
filming. So
awesome.
that's
That's
great. That's
The
awesome.
benefit
Yeah,
of
I
a
didn't
team,
know that.
right?
That's
yeah.
awesome. It's great
Yeah.
news.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, and the new start date too is having a good impact. So yeah, those experiments are, yeah, it's looking good. So cool.
Being able to see the data is huge. It's
Yeah.
like, it's huge, because otherwise you have no idea.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Yeah. So true. So true. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know we're getting close on time. So if somebody wants to find you and learn how to play piano, or they have that beautiful grandma or grandpa that want to be able to play piano, where can they find you? Where's the best place for people to find you?
I would say, like, the best place would just be to Google Piano by Pictures and click on the top organic result or one of the ads that we have there, and do what we're talking about. Go through the experience, and grab those 3 books and do a trial of our academy program. That would be the best place to do it. You can find it on Instagram or YouTube, or anywhere. We have an organic YouTube channel and some Instagram. But yeah, there's on that landing page, there's videos where you can try it out yourself, try out the method, see kind of why we teach piano this way and why it's easier, and try it yourself. And yeah,
I
we'd
love
love
it.
to.
And I have to say too, and I don't normally do this, but if you are interested in playing piano, or some a loved one wants to learn, absolutely follow Ryan's advice. I will also say, for anybody who's listening that is in the marketing realm and wants to up their marketing game and their ads game, they should also follow you and just allow themselves to be cookied, because it is really good. And there's definitely things to learn there. I oftentimes refer people, especially people who have low ticket memberships and the same structure you do. I oftentimes am like, you need to just go hack him. Like, it's so good.
It's so customer, yeah.
Yeah.
All this stuff. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah,
May skew
absolutely.
your analytics and
I
numbers a
know.
little bit, but go ahead,
Sorry.
Ryan.
That reminds me of like Russell Brunson saying, like, people buy his book on Amazon. And he's like, you idiots, like, go through my funnel. Like, that's where the gold is.
Yeah.
Duh. Like, copy
So
that.
true.
Doing-
So
That's
true.
probably doing that is reading the book. Don't buy it on Amazon. Don't be an idiot.
That's funny.
I thought that was
Love
So
so
it.
true.
true.
That's true. I'm always
Yeah.
going through this funnel.
Yep, so true. Yep. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. I very much look forward to I loved working with you and your team, and I very much look forward to continuing working with you guys and just appreciate your time today.
Likewise.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.